I don't even know if I want to leave my hovel. I'm doing so well here. Just doing my thing. I just love looking at myself. Is that self important? I'm fascinated by the way I look and all the faces that I can put on. It's just for me. See, that's what being self important is. I could do videos not caring whether they make any sense to anybody, not caring if I give any information, not caring about much. It's just that I like to see my face. I love myself. I love myself so much. Actually, no, I'm a self loathing Jew, depressed, manic psychopath, which can take the show in any direction. Don't you like it? I could come out as a character. I could come out happy, sad, delusional, pissed off, angry, melancholy. But I gotta tell you one thing. Joey Diphard is starting to wake up. I got a phone call. And the thing about Joey Diphard, he truly is someone that I can relate to. He truly is one in the same. I think I am always Joey Diphard. I just repress that. I'm also always Yuri and a British analyst and whatever you want me to be. As long as you send me cash, I'll be whoever you want to be, baby. That's what she said. So, still have to tell you the Limelight story and the how I tempted fate. I might as well tell it to you now, but I want to keep this brief. Because, okay, so we had the Heat. Kind of a wash trade. If you were in the chat room, I touched upon it briefly. Because the stock had already gone to the point where I would probably be selling it, didn't really feel like chasing it, yet I chased it anyway. So what I did is I shorted some Heat and I bought calls. Basically, that's kind of, I don't know. I guess it was 1,000 short with 50 calls bought. So in theory, I was just rooting for something big to happen again. And so the stock went down about a point so far. I paid 20 cents for the calls. So looks like it's going to be a wash trade. Whatever. But the dry ships. Now we're talking. Okay? When I talked about the dirtiest, doggiest, awful stocks there are, dry ships always comes into the conversation. We've banned dry ships so many times in the chat room. We stopped talking about it, but there it was, lo and behold. Everybody wants to be a part of dry ships for some reason. Everybody wants to be a part of the comeback. Everybody wants to be a part of a stock that might be breaking out. Everybody wants to be at the beginning of a move. I'm always at the beginning of the move. And my problem is I always sell I'm always selling in the first or second inning. As soon as we get some runs scored, I'm always getting out of Dodge. But here I am, hanging on to dry ships forever. And here's why sometimes selling a call against your position is good. 90% of the time it's a bad thing. But if you're one of these people that always looks to sell a call against your position, which basically locks you in till expiration pretty much. Either you're going to get called away, you don't want to sell the stock without getting rid of the call, or the stock's down below where the call is and you get to keep the premium. So I've been selling, obviously. I've always sold calls against dry ships because I generally own 2,000, 3,000 shares of it. I sell 10 calls here, 10 calls there. So the moral of the story is, as I was looking to give up on dry ships, it dawned on me, hey, the emotion is telling me to give up on dry ships. My sanity is saying, screw this stock. I'm moving on. I'm dumping this thing if it ever breaks 450 again. And there it was, going back between 450, blah, blah, blah. Then next thing you know, it's looking like it's going to break 4. I'm ready to bail. And then lo and behold, they create $4.50 calls on my stock. And I'm thinking, you know what? If this stock's going to have one last gasp of air, which in this market, in this booming economy that we're in, every stock's been having its day. So I figured, why not give the dry ships 4.5 calls for November going into their earnings report a shot? We're talking about they were 7 cents by 10 cents at one moment. Sorry. And so I went out. Of course, I'm bidding 7 cents. And then I raised my bid to 8 cents. Didn't get any done that day. Next thing you know, they're 10 by 12. And whatever the case. Moral of the program is I should have just jumped on those because it was so damn cheap. And I am a gambler. And we had 2 weeks left. And there I was, going on vacation. Next thing you know, Dry Ships makes a move. The 450 calls are now 27 cents. And I'm looking at that as a missed opportunity. We could have got these at 8 cents. Maybe, let's say if we paid 10, and now they're trading at 27 by 30. I'm thinking I just missed a massive trade. Now, yesterday, I think they hit $1.17. All right, so anyway. So in the grand scheme of things, let's say we put $700 into 100 calls. That'd be worth about $11,000 right now. That's money. That's what I'm talking about. That's what being right about everything can get you, especially in the options market. 6 minutes have gone by. All right, so anyway, the story is I'm holding the Dry Ships. I'm buying more calls probably because as every quarter I say, I'm not going to let that bitch go up without me. And you know, generally it's been letting us down. $6 is going to be the next threshold of pain if it gets to 635, and then lo and behold, 695. We haven't seen 7 on the Dry Ships. Gotta be since last year, right? So that's what we're looking for. And like I said, the stock is loved by so many, hated by just as many, shorted up the ass. This thing gets some momentum. You saw what happened yesterday. The only thing is we don't like when analysts join in on our fun like they know something. So the Morgan Stanley analysts wanted to come on and upgrade it yesterday. Oh, maybe the Morgan Stanley people were the ones who made it bounce from 408 to 425 that day. Maybe they are the ones that started buying it at 425 and then at 450 and then broke it out from 450 to 480. And then at 525, they decided to put their buy on the stock. You know they wouldn't do it at 408 to let everybody in on the free money that was going to be out there. They're probably the ones that created the $4.50 calls for November and December, buying those and then putting their buy recommendation on it. But you know how we feel about anal heists. But I guess it's a better thing than having people against us in our position. So the Heat, garbage. The Rhino, what's up? Chinese stocks are not for investments, except for Baidu, because that is the Chinese currency. That's how I think Baidu. There's something more to Baidu. Because they say how, I understand, the Baidu is the China Google, right? But wasn't Google in China all along? So what the hell do they need Baidu for? Because they have Google. Anyway, but now that obviously this whole move really got banging is when Google said they were pulling out of China. And I think Baidu's up about 600 points since then.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes.
I would much prefer Krull.